when someone wants you to meet someone that they're trying to hook you up with, you know the deal. You know the deal. You know how it is. Usually, she's not the most desirable one in a sense, and you can really go out on some bad dates and spend your time there just uncomfortable but trying to be nice. Anyway, back to the meeting. um, so I said, no, it's okay, man. I'm good. Just let's watch the game. So he watching the game, and he said, "No, man, I'm telling you, man, she's nice, she's beautiful. She's your type. She's slim, she's educated, smart, caring, and and and." And you, I'm telling you, really like her. So I'm still with the, yeah, sure. So I'm back in the game. Um, and I said, okay. Listen, so I'm saying okay to him to try to have him to quiet down so I could concentrate more fully on the game. So I'm saying to him, okay, so I pulled this trick thinking that it would work. Okay, show me a picture. And then he answers me, well, I don't have, I really don't, Sunny, his wife's name, Sunny, she has it, but she's at work. So when she comes home, I get it. So then I'm like, okay, sure. Okay, so I thought that was it. And we got back in the game. And then moments later, Sunny arrived. She came home. And then, so Keith said to her, Sunny, will you please get a picture of your cousin, Jennifer. They call her Jen, which I do now too. And I want to show William. And Sunny replied, oh, yeah, sure. Oh, you know what, honey? And she said to her husband, Keith, my cousin, honey, oh, yeah, you know what? Remember we was talking about that. I think that will work. So anyway, so I'm really, still focused on the game. And next thing I know, she came back and she did hand a picture to him because I saw it, out of, the corner of my eye. So next thing I know, I'm watching, and he puts this picture in front of me like, bang, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, let me see that. Show that to me again. Let me see that. And he's like, then he's playing with me. No, you didn't want to see. No. I said, no, come on, man. Why you gonna play with a brother? Anyway, so he finally gave it to me. I said, oh man. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, get her on the phone now. Could you call her now? And then I'm like, Sonny, I called his wife. Sonny, get your cousin on the phone. So, and she came over smiling. She's like, but William. And I'm like, yeah. Do you know what time it is? I said, yeah. And she said, well, do you know what time it is in the Philippines? And I said, no, not really. But she said, okay, it's wee hours in the morning. She's asleep. I said, well, when you gonna call her? When you gonna call her? Get back and find out, what's what, she's with someone or what? And she said, I'll do it tomorrow. I promise you. And she's good. She has always been good with her word. So, so she did. She called her, and my cousin relayed back to me that she gave Sonny the number. Sonny gave me the number, and here's the number. So I'm like, give me the number, man. Just give me the number, okay? Of course, I received the number, and Sonny had told my cousin Keith what she told me, and she said it's okay to give her a call. She would like that. And she said, and she would just like that. It would be okay. That's, her main words. It would be okay. And so one thing led to another. I called her, and we started talking. And the conversation was good. Of course, we talked about everything that you would normally talk about, your interests, things you like, things you don't like. Do you drink, smoke? Do you mess around any drugs, anything like that? And it was all negative with that. No, we both did not do that. We smoke, no, negative, no. So we kept talking 1 hour, started, into 1 day, into 1 week, and for 1 month, and for 2 months, and 3 months, got on all the way up to 6 months, and then I put the question to her about visiting her. I'd like to visit her, and I said I'd like to visit, you know, you and your family member, because that's the type of culture, you know, they have there. And Sonny had already introduced me to some things about the Filipino culture. So and so we start talking, and the communication was good. So finally, out about 7 months, I planned to go. I planned a visit, which I went and visit her. And now, of course, when I visit, especially during the time that we started dating, you went around and you did the courting. The courtship was like you had to have someone chaperone you. So we went out, and I mean, from movie theaters to tripping to beaches to, you know, events, amusement park, things like that, and just walking. Oh man, it was just a whole different lifestyle. You know, and, you know, not to mention the beaches, but everybody knows about the beaches. And then we would start you know, really connecting. And by the way, at the end, I attached some more photos with it. And so we one of the instructors here, he just came over. He's so kind. He's always he's over there somewhere. He came over, giving me a little fist bump. But yeah. You know, and back to what I was saying. So after being chaperone, going around, then I left about 6 months or something. And then I told her I was going to return. Then I had a question for her, but of course we continued to communicate, and and still getting to know each other much better, and from there. And from there, I did plan out to ask her to marry me. So on my return trip back to the Philippines, and we was on the barge on the way home to visit her mother, because at that time she was living with her auntie in Taborlan, Cebu, because earlier in the years of working, she worked in hotel, the management area, something like that, and so she would stay there closer to Cebu City, so she can, you know, get there in a shorter time. So on the barge, on the way over to visiting her mother, so I can get her approval too, I asked Jen to marry me, and she said yes, and so we continued to go to her mother, and her mother approved of us getting married, and we just continued to do what we did, try to grow together and plan for her to come to the United States on a fiancé visa. So that took about another about 4, I thought it was 4 months, but it might have been 6 months. So from the 6 months it took for her to get here, we communicated, planned, and what I actually did, I hired someone here in the office here who dealt with fiancé visas and in the Philippines, and he walked her through it, because there's a lot of things you had to go through, as most of you know now. From physical this testing, you got to go what we call the FBI check. There's something like an NBI, something. I'm not too sure about the name, so you have to do your research. You really want to know the name. I mean, the doctors approve this. You have to go to the embassy, the United States Embassy in Manila, for them to check you out for an interview, etc. I mean, it's just a gross amount of paperwork and testing and interviews you have to go through. So from there, so finally she went through it and received everything, got a visa, and we were so happy and good. But in this video, which I'm going to call it how we met, how Jen and I met, part 1. And and following this video, stay to the end, to the complete end, because I have pictures of us during the earlier years, we were courting and going out, and I understand this. I had a mustache. I had a mustache. So that is not another person. That is me. Okay. So I have since shaved it, of course. So when you see it, I had a mustache, but stay to the end because I had attached some pictures of us doing our courting and meeting. So it's not a whole lot because I know you're not going to save a whole lot, but check out the pictures and you'll see us, and you can see my beautiful wife at that time, and I was okay. But how we met, what we was doing, and then in part 2, I started bringing us the new a new video of us here in the United States. Her first year in the United States. We got married because we had to get married. If you don't know, with the fiancé visa, you have to get married within 90 days. So getting married, living,